about.
That is completely accurate. There was so much CC that even with the Nautilus's immense health bar that we are seeing this game because he's running top lane, he was not able to survive through that damage. While he did have a decent amount of survival time, there was literally nothing able to back him up because if the carries were just a little closer, they would have been caught in that CC and collapsed upon more easily than they collapsed upon the Nautilus himself.
And in that team fight, we saw bot lane's flashes and Ash's heal being blown for it despite everything. And now for the next team fight, they don't have those, which is going to be a huge problem if they want to pick a fight around the Dragon Pit, which is spawning in a minute.
Yeah, and right now, with the next dragon coming up, we have yet to check what it is, so we're going to do that now. And it is a water drake, which is going to make it very good for the poke on the Ezreal if they can pick that up. However, it is not as strong as other options. Due to the fact that we are outside of laning phase. Bush cheese is going on, and Galio is looking to get some damage with his ult, but most of it goes on to that Nautilus shield, not able to get any consequential damage on. With Poppy going forward, she does take some autos. Looks like Fizz might be trying something, but he ends up not. We're going to see what is going on in just a few seconds with both of the teams preparing for a fight under this bottom inner.
Yeah. Definitely, like, Legends 27 trying to say, back off this turret, we're taking it right now. With that Baron buff helping them even more. Pushing in on now the base turret, finally. And it looks like Jarvan going to be going in, going to be throwing down the Cataclysm. Nami ult, locking up a lot of members of that. Looks like Rengar's going to be going down here to the Poppy. Galio just going through the back line, taking down member after member, causing Nautilus to flash out. But will it be enough? It looks like it is, causing them both to go back to the fountain as they tear apart that base tower and probably get the inhibitor off of it.
You know, I thought that this Galio would be far less effective this game, not able to deal with the threats on the enemy team, but with the fact that they're picking the Ashe and doing so much damage to zone them away so early in the fights, this Galio has all of the tools he needs to survive the Fizz attack. With his just immense MR, he is just able to do so much.
Members of Tanuki are spawning back up. That Ezreal going down to a dangerous health. But look at that Sheen proc on that Ashe, doing 2 hits, doing all of her health. But he's going to get caught out right there. Poppy in danger too here. She does not have her abilities up, and she's going to get picked off by 3 members of Team Tanuki. It looks like they should be going in full retreat here now. Able to pick up, was that 2 inhibitors off of that. Definitely a solid trade, but they're going to have to push off of this fight. And it looks like they are going to be transitioning into taking the objective bus of Team Tanuki. Bush Cheese going to knock up the Rengar and with ease take him out for another pickup for the Legends 27.
That was very well executed and a great pickup rather that is now going into a red buff steal by the Legends 77. What they should have done, however, was disengage from that base earlier. Once they took the inhibs, they should have just pulled themselves away from base and gotten out so they wouldn't have to worry about the respawning members. Those death timers, it's only 25 minutes in the game. They are still only about 20 seconds in length.
But now with only top lane inner tower remaining and then the Nexus turrets and the base turret in top lane, it's looking pretty bleak here for Team Tanuki in Game 2. To see a way to come back for this, they would definitely have to get a full-on ace late in the game when the timers are long and hope for a full-on push while no members of the Legend 27 are remaining. But seeing as how the team fights are turning out and the comps are going, it is hard to see that happening at this point.
Yeah, and honestly, what the deal is now with 2 parts of the base broken open, they can just take their time, worry about top, which is the only lane that isn't
looks like Rengar
that.
is going to be getting caught out there, forcing him to blow flash there, and it looks like just like Legends 27 is taking all the buffs on the map and sharing none with Tanuki. Jarvan going to go in here. Are we going to see that Galio combo? Yes, we are. Knocking up the Rengar and getting him completely locked up once again. However, Jarvan taking multiple tower shots and getting really low there. Nautilus goes down as well, and it looks like Galio and Poppy are still going hard on the Lulu and going further into the base, going for the Ashe. However, Galio taking multiple tower shots and going down here. Ashe being the only one knocked away, and it looks like they're going to have to back off this Poppy as they crack open the final base turret. It's looking like they're wanting to finish the game right now.
Yeah, with only one member of the Legends 27 down, whereas 3 members of Tanuki are down, there are only 2 turrets remaining in the game. Only one member remaining up for Tanuki, a few seconds left for those death timers, and they're easily going to be able to take at the minimum 1 turret, hopefully even both of the Nexus turrets, leaving 0 defensive structures for Tanuki as the game ends up concluding. There are so many super minions in this base. I am honestly a little shocked that that tower hasn't fallen. Jarvan able to use his max range to pull himself away from these fights and disengage with such amazing distances. And that Nami ult going in for the disengage, knocks up, gets the fizz, and Nautilus, with his massive tank stature, taken down, knocked down a peg as he sinks into the deep of death.
Looking at that Poppy, they're waiting for that optimal moment to see the fizz is up against the wall and then going in and take him out. And it looks like that's going to seal out game 2 here in the favor of the Legends here. Quadra kill Ezreal.
Are they going to be going for the dive?
No.
That was a little disappointing, but Super Minions finished that off so fast. That is 2 wins in the lead for Legends as they are beginning to look like they are putting the last nails in the coffins for this game. Tanuki is doing a very good job working and trying to make sure that they are staying relevant and grabbing those picks, but the Legends is one of those teams that even when the enemy is ahead, they are keeping up and doing their best to make trades that are advantageous for them and slowly gaining back a little of ground until they're even. They won very small little fights and kept on just decreasing the distance and the gap until they were able to hit that point where they got 1 massive team fight win and snowballed the rest of the game because of it.
And Legends 27 there, although the game seems somewhat finished, it just showed again their very good ability to pick when to turn. They were very low in their health bars and did not seem to be able to engage on a team fight. However, they bided their time and they waited for the optimal opportunity to pin the fizz against the wall and then again get that infinite knock-up block as their ults come off of cooldown.
It really seems to me that the Legends really know how to build a team comp and how to play to it. That is one of the things that people that play League casually do not fully grasp about how team comps are built. And it's something that I have worked a long time trying to understand, and seeing them being able to pick these comps with those incredible wombo combos, such as you've mentioned, that Jarvan Galio. On top of the lockdown that the Jarvan provides, keeping people inside the Galio ult for the huge duration knockup, it also adds the ability for that Jarvan to gain the survivability from the Galio ult because of the damage reduction.
Absolutely.
Meaning he can dive into the entire backline of the team, get focused, have them all knocked up, and still be alive to deal damage while they're out because of CC.
Tanuki, though, if they can get their mid and late game together and find a way to pierce through these wombo comps that the Legends 27 are doing, their laning phase has proved to be very potent. It's just that the matchups maybe not so much. Top lane definitely went heavily in the favor of the Nautilus there, but the Poppy was able to farm up and catch up. So it'll definitely be a close fight for sure all the way through, I believe, and Tanuki going to be fighting their hardest to try to get back in this game.
Yeah, Tanuki needs to get a win to stay in and try to get that 3rd place. They are looking for a reverse sweep. They are going to be hard-pressed after those past 2 games where the slow, methodical gameplay and comp-oriented play style of the Legends just continuously and slowly chunked out and carved their own path into the base. But Tanuki definitely has a lot of potential, especially if they end up going that early damage comp and trying to get those snowball-y lane matchups that will enable them to go further. I would honestly recommend that they grab something along the lines of a Syndra the next game with that incredible power in the early game and the snowball potential. Grab an early game jungler as well. Try to see if you can pick up that Lucian instead of letting it go to the enemy team, And being able to grab all of these items might actually end up being able to get them to secure a game if they can finish it before the Legends end up evening out the game plan.
And in this game, we saw it especially, Tanuki being a very powerful team and still a force to be reckoned with. Legends 37 is definitely not in the clear when it comes to the third game of this series here for third place. Tanuki was in the lead for a long period of time in the beginning, at one point being 4K gold lead ahead so early on in the game. It's stuff like that that they need to roll off of and continue to snowball into a win.
Absolutely. And one of the reasons I recommend a snowball comp is if they have the potential and the gold lead with that, all they need to do is play confidently and forward and just push in constantly on Team the Legends 27, because that will cut down the Legends' ability to go into those other lanes and try to counter. If you can force the enemy onto their back foot with that snowball style comp, it's going to make it a lot harder for them to find those little advantages in the side lanes if you're constantly worried about your team getting aced mid because of a Cinder ult.
For sure. Tanuki, though, showing that excellent team coordination, especially when they go for invades, definitely showing it. But when it comes to engaging in team fights, they need to work up a better comp. I believe their play style and how they're playing is done perfectly on both sides. They are giving it their best, and they are equally matched. However, the comps have been going in the favor of the Legends 27. And if anything is to change, they definitely need to figure out a way to get through that line and get to the carries and stop Legends 27. All right, and with that, we're going to go to a short intermission here. Stay around. We'll be right back for Game 3 of 5 for the fight for third place.